this lesson we're going to be learning specifically about plugins. And so what we're actually going to be talking about in this lesson is, first off, what are plugins? What can we use them for? And I'm going to talk about kind of just very briefly the most important plugins. I'll give you a list of a few that kind of can improve, I guess, the back end of your WordPress website. How do we install these plugins? And also, how do we install, I guess, third-party plugins that are made by external developers that are not in the WordPress.org directory. And I'll show you what all this is. So the first thing is, what exactly are plugins? And I think, put very simply, plugins are something that provides some type of functionality. And that functionality can either be in performance or in design. So performance would be something in the back end that just enhances your website as a whole. And design is something adding some type of functionality, whether it be a contact form or some type of specific design. Plugins can definitely handle this for us. So what I want to quickly do is give you some tips on some of the most essential plugins that I think you should have, or at least variations of these types of plugins that I think you should have. So the first one is some type of caching plugin, and W3 Total Cache and WP Super Cache are probably going to be the most popular ones. But really what all caching plugins do, put simply, is they speed up your website. And the way that it works is it stores certain data on your website, so the next time somebody looks up your website, the whole website doesn't have to be loaded from scratch. So in essence, it's going to improve your site load time. And the next of these plugins is some type of social sharing plugin. Social media is such an integral part of getting traffic to your website, so having a very easy method for people to share your content is going to be very important. I use Floating Social Bar as a recommendation simply because it's free and it has a very clean look to it. And the next of these plugins is some type of contact form. And contact form plugins are extremely important because they not only provide a means for your users to communicate with you, but they also allow you to create more customized forms for collecting some type of data. Either you create a quiz or you create some type of questionnaire. Contact forms are extremely important. And Ninja Forms, I think, does the job very well, and it's a free plugin as well. And the final of these plugins is the WordPress SEO by Yoast plugin, or any type of SEO plugin in general. And what these generally do is they provide you with guidelines to cater your article to having the best SEO practices. I think practicing good SEO from the start is extremely important because it allows you to put your best foot forward from the get-go. So now we're just going to get right into it and actually show you how to use plugins or how to install them. I gave you a very brief list before. What we're going to do is simply just go into plugins and let's just install one of them. And the one that we're going to be installing is, let's just add a contact form. For example, the Ninja Forms contact form. Just go into plugins and then you can add new. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be searching, and this is going to be searching the WordPress.org directory. And the one that we're going to be looking for is Ninja Forms. And so we're just going to search that plugin and we're going to install it now. So once this has installed, we're just going to click Activate Plugin. And then once it's activated, we should see it right here. So in the forms right here. So now that Ninja Forms has successfully installed, all we're going to do now is change some of the settings to create a new form. And that's going to be fairly typical for any new plugin that we want to install from the WordPress directory. I'm not actually going to show you how to utilize the Ninja Forms plugin simply because the settings are going to be very unique for this particular plugin. But every plugin that you find on the WordPress directory is going to be installed the same way. So while there's literally thousands of plugins that you can install for free from the WordPress directory using this search function in the backend of WordPress, what if you only have the file to the plugin? This could be for a variety of reasons. Mainly we think of this when you have purchased a third-party plugin. So for example, you've purchased a third-party plugin, or it's a free third-party plugin that's not offered in the WordPress directory. How do we go about uploading that? So what I did is I have this file on my desktop, and this is a third-party plugin that I've purchased elsewhere. And what we're going to do is we're just going to click on Upload. And notice I've saved the file as a zip folder. So all we're going to do is drag and drop into this Choose File, or we can simply click Choose File and install now. Once it's successfully installed, we're just going to activate the plugin. So just like the Ninja Forms plugin, it's going to show up with all the rest of our plugins, and we'll just have to change the settings to our likings for our website.